My name is Bethanee Epifani. I'm an author, I'm a motivational speaker, I'm a blogger, I'm a poet, and today I'm here at Exposition Park in my hometown of Los Angeles, California, and I'm here with PLC today. Let's get started.
So, Queen B, what is it that you dedicate your time to out here in the city of LA?
Well, in the city of Angels, I dedicate my time to motivating millennials, encouraging, teaching millennials. I am a millennial myself, so I feel like our generation is in a very unique time, a unique space. We're creating, we're doing, we're unraveling a lot of tradition, and I think with that comes a lot of confusion and frustration because we're trying to find our way. So I'm just serving as pretty much a guide saying, okay, go this way, go that way. So that's what I dedicate my time doing, and I really enjoy it. So I speak and I do workshops. I work with young girls. We talk about body image, we talk about dating, all those good things.
So B, what are some of the really rewarding aspects of this work in the community?
One of the most rewarding things is when, after I've done a presentation or a workshop for millennials specifically, and afterwards they come up or they line up to come talk to me and they say thank you, they say I appreciate your message and what you're saying, and the biggest thing they say is, I thought I was the only one. I didn't know that there were other people out here who didn't know what they were doing. I didn't know that I wasn't the only one out here, you know, struggling, trying to find myself. So that's been the biggest reward, them having that aha moment that they are not in this by themselves and that nobody has it figured out, regardless of what they see on social media or on their timelines. Everybody's figuring this shit out. And I think it soothes them to know that they're not by themselves. So that's the best thing, so thus far.
Okay, B, does your message differ from place to place, or maybe based on how old your students might be, or what is it that your message generally looks like? What has that looked like so far for you?
Well, it definitely can differ depending on the school, depending on what the school wants me to talk about, because I talk about things like peer pressure, I talk about things like life after college, I talk about, like I said before, body image and healthy dating. So it really depends on what the school would want me to focus on for their particular students. But overall, I usually end with the same message for a lot of my presentations. And that message is, it's okay if you're uncertain right now. You don't have to have all the answers right now. But one thing that you should know and that you should be aware of is that you do have a gift, you do have a talent, and your only job is to figure out what that is. Your only job right now is to figure out what you like. Follow your interests and see where it leads you. So if you enjoy cooking, if you enjoy writing, if you enjoy technology, follow that feeling and see where it could lead you, because that's ultimately how I came to be where I am right now, is just following that feeling, that sweet spot, and you never know where it could take you.
The challenges that you face doing this work, some of the personal challenges you look at.
Well, one personal challenge is something that I feel a lot of people can relate to, and it's pretty much just negative chatter in my own mind. So one of the questions that always comes up is, can I do this? Am I qualified to do this? Why would they listen to me when they could listen to so many other people out there? So I really have to do my best to cancel out that negative talk, and one of the ways I do that is by praying, by meditating, by saying affirmations, by reminding myself that I have this God-given gift, and I see myself using it successfully, and that I can help, and that I have a unique story, a unique journey that will be of benefit to someone else. And I also do my best to surround myself with friends and family who will also be there to encourage me, because I'm someone who's hired to motivate others. My job is to pour into someone else, and there are moments when I need to be poured into, and so I make sure that I'm getting that from the closest people around me. So I have to make sure I have an elevated circle. So that's been a personal challenge.
Apart from the personal, what are some of the framework or structural challenges that you look at on a day-to-day basis in this work?
Well, one of the challenges that I've come across or I've noticed is that in the more affluent or white areas, they will pay me for my services, whereas in the black and brown communities, they're more hesitant to pay me for my services. And that's always been, frustrating and confusing, because I didn't understand why one community would value what I have to offer and the community that I come from doesn't really see it as valuable. And one could argue that there isn't enough money in the black and brown communities to provide extracurricular or enrichment services. And that's true for a good number of those schools. But at the same time, some of those same schools will invest money into making sure that they have a beautiful football field, or they'll make sure that their basketball team has really great jerseys, or they'll build a really great gymnasium. So they'll build, or they'll find the finances for social activities and entertainment. But when it comes to other enrichment activities, where it comes to the emotional health, the emotional and mental well-being of their students, they kind of hold off on that. They hold off on that until they see me doing it somewhere else. And then they'll catch on to the wave, and then they'll want me to come. So that's been one of the most frustrating things.
Another challenge we've seen going from school to schools is this demographic makeup. It's kind of strange, and it doesn't seem to me like there are enough of us talking about it, and I think we're trying to lend voice to that now. So tell me a little bit about what you've seen at the school there that's a little concerning.
Well, I've noticed this demographic shift as well. And so when I go into the city of Los Angeles, I'm expecting to see, black and brown people, a black and brown community. And so what I'm noticing is that I don't really see a whole lot of African American students at these schools. And it perplexed me for a long time, because I'm like, where are the black students? I'm maybe seeing 2 black students out of, in one classroom. And it's concerning because I don't know where they are. And I'm like, where are the black kids? Where have they moved to? Where have they gone? And it's concerning because they can't just up and disappear. So, and I'm thinking, does gentrification have something to do with it? Are more black families simply moving out of the areas because they can no longer afford it? What is going on, and why we're seeing such a shift in the demographic? So I'm not sure. If any of you have the answers, I would love to know. Let me know.
B, thank you for your time. I'm wondering if there might be any words in closing that you might have for the folks of LA and for the folks of POC today.
I think my final thoughts would be to create what you don't see. We're in a time, in an era where people are literally creating their own work, redefining their own success. And I feel that's what POC today is about. I feel like that's what a lot of my work has been about, and finding an area or an issue that needs to be looked at and deciding to create from that space. And yeah, yeah, that'll be my last message. Create what you don't see, and don't be afraid to step out on a limb. And that's it. So this is, once again, my name is Bethanee Epifani, B Epiphany, and I'm here with POCT today.